Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about essential travel tech. Now, essential travel tech is basically the tech that I carry with me when I'm traveling within the country or I'm doing a short trip somewhere. That's basically what I consider essential travel tech. Now, don't be fooled. This is extremely different to the regular tech that I carry on board with me because I actually live on a ship for 6 months. So in that case, I carry a lot of tech. But essential travel tech is my minimalist travel backpack. Let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to be looking at today is my travel bag. What I'm basically rocking for short trips for carrying tech when I'm traveling across the country is basically this bag by Tucano. It's called the Workout 3 bag. Tucano's been making products for people who live the digital life since 1985. It's an Italian brand. I swear by their stuff. They make brilliant tech backpacks. I love how neat they are. Every bag that they make is basically made of ballistic nylon, so the bags are extremely rugged. They're waterproof. They're the best bags that I've ever owned for carrying tech when I'm traveling. What I love about this bag is the color finish that it comes in. The navy blue is extremely nice and extremely pleasing and doesn't scream out tech bag when you look at it from a distance. The bag has a large amount of storage space. As you can see, it has a compartment at the back where I keep my microfiber cloth. It's also got handles placed all around it so that you can easily carry it in any orientation that you want to. Overall, the bag also has a special compartment for a laptop as well as a tablet, and it does a really good job in keeping all my tech secure. It's got a pocket that actually sticks into the bag and it can be used as expandable storage when you want to take it out. It has a special compartment for accessories and it does a great job in keeping each accessory segregated while you're traveling. I want to talk about why I'm actually making this video. The main reason is because I'm heading to Delhi tomorrow. I have some really important family work and I was just looking at packing my tech bag, and then I figured I get a lot of questions about the tech that I use and what video cameras that I use on this channel and what all I carry with me when I'm joining a ship. Well, this is not that, but this is a certain part of the tech that I carry. I'm going to be making a whole different video on the total tech that I carry with me when I'm joining a ship and my entire studio setup and what all equipment I use to make videos with, but this is just the basics that I travel with. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is my daily driver, my main phone that I actually carry with me everywhere I go. The phone that I'm currently using is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I just got it. I have it in the Pacific Blue version and I think it's a phenomenal phone. It's got Apple's latest chip in it and I've also put out a full review on this phone on my channel. I love this phone. It's also considered to be my B camera. I take a lot of photos and a lot of videos on this. Apple has improved the sensor, the low light is better. Plus, it's a phenomenally big screen which is great for content consumption on the go. It keeps me going when I'm traveling and it's always good to have a powerful device in your pocket, and this is what I'm basically using. I normally carry this phone in the Apple leather case. It is MagSafe compatible, as you can see. Extremely thin and extremely minimal, and on the overall I'm a big fan of Apple cases. I think they make really clean products and gives a little bit of protection, not too much. So now that we're done with that, we're going to jump into the next device. When I'm traveling, something that I absolutely cannot live without is audio. I always listen to either a podcast or an audiobook or just some tunes from my favorite artists, and it's such an important factor when you're traveling to keep something playing in my ears. At least that's what I feel, because it keeps me alert and keeps me going, and it's a great way to learn new stuff or experience new sounds. One of my main drivers for that is these little guys right here. These are the Airpods. This is the Airpod Generation 2 with the new H1 chip inside. They do come with a wireless charging case, and I carry this absolutely anywhere. Now, this, according to me, is one of the best devices that you can have. There are a lot of alternatives which are very similar to these now in the market. Since I'm an iOS user, I prefer the Airpods. I did have the Airpods Pro, and the Airpods Pro are pretty great, but there has been an issue with Airpods Pro in the market of late, where Apple themselves have come out and made a statement that can be an issue with the noise cancelling, or you could have a hissing sound or a crackling sound, and I kind of experienced that. There is a repair program, but I decided not to go for it because that just proved lack of reliability on that device for me, and I chose to go back to the reliable Airpods 2, which are pretty great. They're fantastic. They're great for listening to music, podcasts. They're also great for phone calls. I basically can't go anywhere without them. I am rocking them in this little case. It's a leather case by a brand called Mouse. It feels really premium in the hand, and I love the black look that they have, considering Airpods only come in white. Now, for my main audio device, my big CANT, this is what I basically use. This is my favorite pair of headphones on the market out there, and I always have them in my travel bag no matter where I'm going. These are the Bose 700 noise cancelling headphones. They do come in a really nice premium carry case. When you open up the case, you're going to see the headphones lying inside. I normally am a matte black person for absolutely everything, but I chose to go with silver versions for these because, I don't know, they just have that look to them, that extremely premium look. Now, these do come with noise cancelling. They have up to 10 levels of noise cancellation. Bose does have an app which I'm going to show you right here. The app is pretty great. You can control the 10 levels of noise cancelling. You can also customize up to 3 levels of noise cancelling on these, which can be controlled by the buttons which you have right here on the side. Now when you put them on, they're extremely comfortable. Now these are in the top 2 wireless headphones out there in the market, especially when you're looking at noise cancelling headphones. They're right on the top up there with the Sony. But why I actually chose these over the Sonys, because basically I've been a Bose user for a very long time. I've used a lot of Bose speakers. I had the Quiet Comfort 35 prior to this. I've also used Bose plugs, and I absolutely love the signature sound that Bose produces. They give you a really great all-round sound. They're not too bass heavy, and the mids, the highs and the lows are extremely well tuned. Overall, as a consumer pair of headphones, I think Bose has always been one of the most premium headphones that you can actually buy on the market, and that's exactly why I chose to go with these. Let's get into the main device in my bag, which is my computer. Here it is. This is the 2020 iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil attached. You guys know from my previous tech videos, and if you've not seen it, then I'm going to leave a link somewhere in the description or one of the cards up here. The iPad Pro is a fantastic device, and I carry it whenever I'm traveling. And the main reason for that is because of how tiny this device is. It's really small, it's got an amazing amount of power packed into it, and it has a fantastic screen for you to just consume a lot of content on it on the go. As a matter of fact, it's also my main editing device. I use it to basically create all my videos, upload my videos. I am a mobile YouTuber. I have YouTube Studio and a bunch of apps on this device right here that help me keep my channel going. In case you guys want to know more about the iPad Pro, you guys should go check out my video that I actually made on it. Moving on from the computer, let's check out what we have now. Now, we do live in a digital age. Most of us carry a lot of equipments with us when we're traveling, and it's extremely important to have a good portable power bank when you're on the go, especially when you're using your phone for taking videos, or you're using your cameras continuously, or if you're editing video on a plane or do any kind of creative work. The power bank that I'm basically using is this guy right here. This is the Anker PowerCore 10,000. It's the Nintendo Switch edition. Anker and Nintendo did up to make this little beauty. They have 2 variants. They also have a 26,000 milliamp hour battery in the larger one, and they have a 13,000 milliamp hour battery in this one that I'm carrying here. This was created so that you could power your Nintendo Switch on the go. It's small and it has that nice matte black color plus the Switch logo at the back. I think it looks really great. You get to know your battery indication from the front right here. You can charge up practically any device in my bag because of the high power delivery that it has in it. Love this little power bank. I've been carrying it everywhere with me. It's 13,500 milliamps, and I think never really end up draining this when I'm traveling. Okay, now I'm recording audio straight out of the GoPro because I have to show you what mic I'm basically using. This is the Rode Video mic. It's the MEL, small little iOS based mic. It has a lightning connector directly inbuilt in it. I come here and just clip it onto my iPhone, and that's how this system works. As long as it's facing me, it's going to pick up fantastic audio. It is a directional shotgun mic, and I think it does a really great job. Now that you're listening to audio directly out of my camera, why don't you tell me if you see any difference between the audio that was coming out before, which was from this, or the audio that's coming out of my camera right now? Leave a comment in the comment section. This is the dead cat that we just plug it in. I think the overall audio quality that comes out of this small little guy is fantastic. Now the only downside to this is that it has only one connector, which is a lightning connector. So if you want to connect it to any other device or any other camera that you buy in the future, it's not going to work. The mic actually is only this small, and this little device is basically when you plug in your mic to your phone, you connect this at the back just to give a little bit more of a grip and make sure that it doesn't fall. It has a nice rubber coating at the back. I'm a big fan of this mic, and I'm going to plug it back in so that we get better audio. So now I do create a large amount of vlogs when I'm on the go, and I create a lot of content when I'm on the go as well. So carrying camera gear is extremely important. So we're going to look at my little camera filmmaking kit, which I carry with me whenever I'm traveling. This is the GoPro filmmaking kit. Basically, I have one of the GoPro boxes that they have. It's called the GoPro Casey, and it's really well built. It's extremely rugged, and it can hold a large amount of stuff inside it. For beginners, the first camera that I have in here is this little guy, the GoPro Max. The GoPro Max is basically a 360 camera. It uses the regular traditional finger mounting system that the GoPros have always had, so it works with every other GoPro accessory that I actually have. It has a front-facing screen, and I can use this lens right here even to vlog, and it's one of the most versatile cameras in the market right now. Its specialty is that it shoots 360 footage, which is a niche of its own. You can literally just place this camera, hit record, and it's going to record everything that happens around you in 360. GoPro also has a great way to edit this 360 footage just into the GoPro app on your phone. They've made 360 footage extremely accessible to absolutely any consumer out there. I've been using it for a while now. Yeah, this is my B cam. I always keep it with me, and it's always a part of my backpack. This is the GoPro magnetic clip. It's a magnetic swivel clip mount. Basically, it has a magnetic back, and it's also a clipping mount, which basically you can attach to absolutely anything. It's a very useful accessory that you have for the GoPro. I always keep that in my filmmaking kit because it helps to get a lot of POV shots, and that's what GoPros are special for. In here, we also have this guy. This is the GoPro 3-way. Now, any GoPro user out there knows what the 3-way is. The 3-way is a really, really long selfie stick or a GoPro pole. It can be that tiny. Just use it as a grip. You can open it up, use it to vlog, by putting your GoPro right here with the traditional GoPro mount. Stick it out, you can extend it right out, and you can even do this. See the bottom of this? You can just unscrew it and get a mini tripod on the inside and use it as a standalone tripod to get time lapses. Or I can invert this tripod, stick it into the GoPro 3-way, which I think is really great to have. If you don't have any GoPro port, I think the 3-way is the best way to go because you get like 3 items in one, and it's really handy to carry around. You won't need a bunch of multiple accessories. Finally, on the inside I also have this, which is one of the sticky mounts that GoPro basically gives you. It's also got your traditional GoPro buckle mount on it. Other than that, I also keep my microphone inside this little guy. I do keep the dead cat inside this as well. And I also have one more little item, this little guy. This is the GoPro vlogging light. It's tiny as hell, but it's powerful and it's portable and it's fantastic. I use this for a lot of videos, especially when I'm shooting in indoor environments. It's pretty much like any other portable light that you would want. It also has this little softbox diffuser on top, which I keep on it at all times so the light remains a little softer. Oh yeah, so I forgot to show you guys the camera that I was actually filming on, which also sits in my GoPro Filmmaker case, which is my new addition. This is the GoPro Hero 9 with the front-facing screen, and this is my main YouTube camera. I've been using it for all my videos. I use it while I'm vlogging on board the ship, and I'm also going to use it to make travel vlogs. Alright, let's move to the next tech item that I have in this bag. So you guys already saw my power bank, which is basically made by Anker and Nintendo together. And I think you guys already know which console I'm going to bring up next. It's this little guy right here. This is the Nintendo Switch. I carry it around in this hard shell case by TomTom. When you open up the case, you have this little felt compartment, this felt lining right here, which covers the screen of the Nintendo Switch, which does a really great job by keeping my Switch really secure. You have like nice cutouts for the buttons and the accessories so that your Switch doesn't get damaged and none of the buttons get actually pressed. It's extremely hard and extremely durable, and this is actually military grade drop protected, which is pretty great. On the inside, you also have like these tiny card slot. I normally keep a couple of physical games in here, and I have most of my games in digital format, which I already installed on my SD card on my Switch, which is extremely convenient. So this little guy here is a fantastic console to take with you absolutely anywhere. I have 3 games that I'm carrying physically. I have FIFA 20, well that's actually a really old game. I have Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I also have Animal Crossing, which I've just basically picked up. Okay, so as somebody who basically takes a lot of photos and a lot of video, storage is extremely important. I think all the work that you do is pretty much on a computer or on a tablet, and you also store all your memories digitally. As a seafarer, we don't have access to any clouds on board the ship because our internet is terrible. So I've recently invested in something that basically makes my storage extremely small and extremely portable. Now this is what I invested in recently. This is the Samsung T5 SSD. This little guy is fantastic. It's extremely small, extremely thin, and super rugged. It's powered by USB-C, which is great. You also get 2 cables inside the box. One is a USB-C to a USB-A cable, and one is a USB-C to C cable. I normally plug it into my iPad or my MacBook because they all come with USB-C ports or Thunderbolt port. I have all the content that I shoot on this channel stored on this little hard drive, so when I'm traveling, I'm basically going to be able to upload any videos connecting to Wi-Fi there by just plugging in this into my iPad and uploading videos directly off of it. SSDs are pretty much the future. So now the main reason to shoot on a phone is because of how small it is, and it's the camera that you always have on you. Now what's really important is to be able to get really good shots on your phone and be able to get really stable shots on your phone, otherwise the entire footage is going to go for a complete toss. This is the DJI Osmo Mobile 4 or the DJI Om4. It's one of my favorite gimbals on the market, and it's a great mixture of portability and stability at the same time. On the inside you have your gimbal. It's really small and has a really comfortable grip. Power it on and it's ready to shoot, and I think that's pretty great to be able to clamp on your phone to this little small guy and move around. Gimbals used to be extremely cumbersome and extremely large to carry around in the past, but DJI has been taking their gimbals to a whole different level now. And the Om4 is basically a newer version of the Om3, which was already one of the most popular phone gimbals on the market. Place your phone onto this little guy and it's going to do a fantastic job of stabilizing your footage without any issues. You get a magnetic attachment that you can basically clip onto the back of your phone, which I don't really like using, and they also have this magnetic clamp. You just extend it out, stick it onto your phone, and the new Om4 is magnetic. All you gotta do is put your phone onto this clamp, and the final accessory that I keep in this bag is this. If you want to get really good time lapses, which is also a great inbuilt feature in the Mimo app, all you gotta do is place your phone on this, put the tripod on, get into time lapse mode, and start shooting. I love how futuristic these gimbals have become, and I love how tiny and easy to carry around them. Finally, we're going to be looking at some accessories that I cannot travel without. This is my 20-watt Apple plug, which basically helps you connect a USB-C to a lightning cable and power up my iPhone in minutes. I absolutely love that Apple is now giving you fast charging in the box. I do also have this multi-plug, which is a traveler's plug by this brand called Robobull. I just picked this up off Amazon. It's extremely useful when you're on a ship and you have different kind of plug points on board ships. It comes with 3 USB ports, which is 2 USB-A and a power delivery USB-C. And you have variation of connectors on this little device, which make it really useful. It also has 2 fuses inbuilt. It's got a rubber coating on the the outside which help keep it really rugged, and you can also connect your MacBook charger or your iPad charger, and it becomes like a wall outlet for anything that you actually want to charge. I basically never travel without cable manager. This is by Daily Objects, which is an Indian brand. Most of the products that they basically make are made out of vegan leather, and I think it's really cool to have these because cables get entangled in your bag very often when you're traveling. I think these do a great job of keeping them neat and tidy. Other than that, I also carry this little guy, which is basically a multi-port connector by this brand called Adam. I picked it up from the Apple store in Bombay. It's got 3 USB-A ports, and on the other side it's got an SD card, a micro SD card, HDMI, and a USB-C pass-through charging port, which are really high transfer speeds, especially if you're using Thunderbolt. This guy can basically let me connect multiple devices to my iPad. It's a must-have for any Mac or Apple user out there. Now that we've actually seen all the stuff that I carry with me while I'm traveling, it's time to pack my bag and get ready to move. But there's one important thing that I want to talk to you about. Always carry one of these guys in your bag, a microfiber cloth, and it's really essential to clean down and wipe out any of the screens, any of the tech items that you actually have. It's really important to maintain your tech, and I'm very big on that. Microfiber is the best way to do it. There's a few perks of traveling with old family members. Thanks for watching another episode of Essential Tech. See you next time.